Hey, I'm Chris. I live in Las Vegas and I love Keytars and I love classic synthesizers. Now, this isn't quite a classic synth, but it kind of is. This is the Casio Super Drums from like 1986, 1984, 1980 something. Basically, synthesizers was the thing in the 1980s, and there was a synthesizer for everything for everybody. And there were even commercials on television for synthesizers. I mean, synthesizers was the sound back in the 1980s. So this was a toy that was at your average Toy R Us or your average Target, and you can buy this guy. But what I love about it, not only is it a synthesizer keyboard with PCM sounds, but it's also, drums, dude. It's the super drums, man. Now, let's check this out close up. So, you could see right here, it's got drum sounds. It's got what you can choose all the drum pads to sound like. And it's got like a rhythm volume. It's got a main volume, an accompaniment volume. It's got a whole bunch of stuff in it. Let's check it out one by one. All right. So again, this guy has drums on it. It was meant to be a drum machine, but at the same time, you can control all the drum sounds on these pads that plug into the side. And as well as it's got some pretty nifty but pretty cheesy 80s synthesizer sounds on it. You got your pianos, you've got a guitar, you've got organ, and that is my puppy. Hey puppy, don't eat those batteries. Hey, get out of those batteries. So, I'm going to bring you through what this guy does and what it sounds like. By the way, let's listen to a synthesizer sound. Ooh, that's just a cheesy 80s piano. Hold on. Here's a cheesy 80s vibe. Here's an organ. The violin. Ooh. Actually, that sounds awesomely pretty. Here's a trumpet. Yeah, that doesn't sound like trumpet. Here's a funky clap. Ooh, actually, it sounds pretty damn good. Here's your classic 80s piano. Let's see, a guitar that doesn't sound like guitar. That does not sound like guitar. Here is an organ. Ooh, and that's a pretty organ. Human voice. Ooh, that's pretty. Flute. And, ooh, this is my favorite synth sound. But we are not here for synth. Again, we are not here for synth sounds. We are here for drum sounds. So, again, these little sensors are plugged into the side of this. And, believe it or not, they have drumsticks as well. So, we're going to go over it together. And I'm going to show you maybe one of these guys in an 80s movie. So, again, classic PCM drum sounds. All right, so one of the cool features on this is it's got different drum beats. Just like a lot of 80s synthesizers, it has its own little drum machine. And we're going to listen to some of the drum sounds. Yeah, that's pure cheese. Not bad. Ooh. Ah, I love that. Nice. Now, there are some limitations with this drum machine. So, let's say you want to play the drum pads and you need a backbeat in order to keep rhythm. If you're not a drummer like me, I was not a drummer. I tried to be a drummer in band, never got the drums. Everybody signs up for the drums, not everybody gets the drums. I got trumpet. I played trumpet in band. Anyways, so let's say you want to have a backbeat and then you want to play drums. So you notice how the backbeat dies? So you notice how the backbeat dies when you're playing the pads? So you can't use the recorded beats and the pads at the same time. But let's just do a little example of what this baby sounds like with a small jam. So I'm going to use the backbeat and I'm going to play. Just so you could hear that this guy actually makes some pretty dope sounds for a toy, for a kid's toy. Again, pretty dope sounds for a kid's toy, right? So, again, since you can't play the drums at the same... Oh, by the way, you can program what sounds you want on your different pads. And you could program the sounds that you want in your sticks. That's probably a congo. Another congo. Or maybe they're toms. A nice little hi-hat. That's probably a rim shot right there. Ha! And that's probably another rim shot. That's probably a tom or a bass drum. Probably a bass drum. Probably a, I don't know, what do you call those? A pongo? Not a bongo. Probably another rim shot. And the clap is my favorite, man. So, if you want to play the drums, by the way, I'm not a drummer, just a little warning. If you want to play the drums, you have to have a drum machine in the background. I'm going to use the drum machine on my electric piano. And let's see if I could try to make a beat. As you can see, I am not a drummer, but I love playing drums. So these things have a sensor in them, so you can hit the air and still make sound. Honestly, you can play air drums with this guy. Also with the sensors. So take a close look at what this guy looks like. Okay? Because I'm going to show you one of the Casio MT series in a classic 80s movie, and it's cheesy AF, but I love this movie. It's called Masters of the Universe. If you've ever heard of He-Man, then you've probably seen this really horrible, bad 80s movie. But basically, at the end of the movie, this 80s kid, has to play a song on a classic synthesizer in order to open the portal to go back and save He-Man, alright? And again, I can't make this up, dude. I'm gonna show you the classic video with one of these. It's not gonna be this keyboard, but it's gonna be one of the Casio MT series, okay? So let's check it. So you're gonna have to forgive me for the cheesiness of this movie, okay?
I got it. How is she?
The same, Kevin.
Okay.
Now scope out the keyboard.
Just press the keys.
Keys? What keys?
Oh, no. Here.
Scope it! Dude, it's a Casio MT.
Wonderful. You never told me you had sonic keys to this world.
Again, cheesy AF, but he's gonna play that keyboard to go save He-Man, okay? I'm gonna probably end on that point, okay? Oh, I love you too. I love you too. I love you too. We're gonna go save He-Man. Okay, here we go. By the way, no way in hell that keyboard is playing that music. I told you it was cheesy. Again, no way in heck that keyboard was playing those sounds. But the classic Casio MT series. Again, I'm Chris. I love the 80s. I love Keytar. Hugs, health, and happiness from Las Vegas.